And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Good seeing you somewhat. I see we're live there on the Facebook page, and I'm seeing you guys also on the YouTube page. We got like about 28 people already on the YouTube page, which is pretty good. All right. I see we got Ed, Jeremy, Mark is here, Steve is here. Shane is going to be running late. So we're gonna try to see. Hopefully, he'll be able to join us before the thing shows up. Civilian life, as you know. Uh so hopefully everybody's having a good time. Enjoyed the IC earlier. I know some of us. I saw a few of us on there, and we can go. So uh, we're gonna go through a quick PowerPoint presentation. It'll have our notes, and at the end we'll hold a Q&A for a little while. Please hold all your questions till the Q&A section because we'll see your questions here. As you know, we're using the same kind of the same thing as they use for the After Dark. So we should be able to see your questions, but please wait till the end of the presentation and we can go from there. All right, guys. Here we go. Welcome again to the 2021st International Muster here. Too bad it's not in Florida, but we can do what we can. Hopefully, our friends over in I did see some Region 20 guys come in. Hopefully, our guys over on the Asia Pacific can join us if they haven't already. So that would be great if they could. Let's do some quick introductions. We got our Deputy Commandant, Lieutenant General Ed Tunis. Then we have our Sergeant Major, Steve Sardison.
Rah.
Forcecom, Major General Jeremy Carson. Infocom, General Mark Anderson.
How's it going?
And of course, like I said, Shane, Major General Shane for TRACOM is running late. So hopefully he'll join us soon. All righty. Yep, it's time for our briefs. Not tidy whities though, but okay. All right. State of the thing. State of the core. We're actually, even though we're still in Zoom mode because of the pandemic, we actually did pretty good for the past year since our last meeting here on Zoom. Things are going on. Things are progressing. We're actually moving on faster on some of the things that some of the other guys will be talking about in a little bit better detail. But like reporting and also with the new database that's still in limbo per se. Hopefully soon it'll be in there. But thanks to Jeremy Carson here, we are using Google now to update our stuff so we don't fall behind and go from there. So what else? Next one, reaching out to the GS. Guys, you have a chain of command. Don't come straight to us. Some of your questions can be answered through your unit OIC, your battalion OIC, your brigade OIC. So if you have questions, reach out to them first instead of coming straight to us. So that way everybody knows what's going on. All right, the GDPR stuff, reminders. There's a new, a new course, just an updated, we got to recertify all unit, battalion, brigade, GS, everybody. If you're in a position, you need to get the new one. It's 103, I believe it's called. So let's go from there. Awards update. There's been some changes lately. We're working thanks to the AB coming down and advising us on what they would like to see. So I will be talking about that here in a few minutes. And there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some gripes. But, we're moving forward. We're moving ahead. And time for us to lead the way when it comes to some of this stuff. So that's what's going to happen. At the end, of course, we're going to talk about the actual awards. So we're going to make you wait to the end for the awards. All right, and then we have the Q&A. All right, Ed, next slide, please. Awards consolidation and reorganization, working with the SFI Awards Committee that Ed and Jeremy were both in, representing, well, Jeremy was representing the AB, and of course, Ed was representing the SFMC. And we also had D Rush representing the Makos, and I'm not sure who was the medical was also involved. So I'm not sure who was their rep. And
Richard Sams, who's also an RC, and we have Brand Stimson, who's the member services director, and another RC. But he was taking care of representing Fleet's view of things. So we're actually, when we get into it, we'll talk about it. It's kind of ball in his court right now, but we'll get to that as we go on.
Yep. So as you can see, it shows SFMC and SFL. Like I said, there'll be changes, and I believe we led the way, which is probably the best way, so we can show that we work with everyone. So reordered some of the awards, including the Valor and Honor. We added a new tier, as you can see, a unit tier. So unit OICs can now present not just leaders commendations. There'll be something called gallantry awards, which would be, for example, Marine of the Year for their unit. That will fall under gallantry. There won't be one for Legion because it's within the unit, but you would have one for officer, enlisted, and volunteer on the unit level. So unit OICs will now, not just leaders, again, they'll be presenting that within their unit every year. And here's the big one. We're going to be removing some of these awards. The Gold and Silver Nebula, the Comet, the United Nations, and the Pre-Terrors. They will no longer be in effect. I believe we haven't set a date yet. I think it's January 1st we were discussing.
Correct.
That's what we're targeting for.
That's what
all
we're targeting. Yeah.
January 1.
And to be clear, if you've earned it, you wear it. That's fine. We're not issuing anymore, and we're going with the new
So you're
hierarchy scheme.
So your grandfather did.
I believe that we're not issuing anymore.
Yeah, we're not issuing it anymore. But if you, like you said, you're keeping it. You can still wear it, but after I believe January 1st of 2022, we will no longer be issuing it. All right, so here is as you can see, this is what SFMC, SFI, and the SFSO will now be sharing these awards. This is all the plan. Starfleet Cross, Honor Guard, Great Barrier, Community Service, Joint Service. It says change to SFSO ribbon because of the ribbons.
So we're keeping their name, but we're using their ribbon going forward.
Yep.
It's a little bit more accessible and prettier, and we had to share something.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Legion of Arms, and the medical ribbons are absolutely prettier than our little green shit. So they're actually cool looking.
Yep. Nice. There'll be a proper presentation shortly of those ribbons, so everybody will see. And again, we're going through embassy duty, Legion of Arms, and the medical ribbons. And that one's going to be a nicer one. I like the medical ribbons myself.
Yeah, they are pretty.
Yeah. If you are a member of the Mako, you know which one it is. If not, just take a look at the manual on there.
And we're moving the medical from the right side back over to the left with the main arrangement.
Yeah.
Where our new schema.
Yep. Other changes. we're breaking up the display of the ribbons. So,
Basically,
unit
just going
awards.
Army style, where if it's a unit level or obviously group effort thing, it's going over on the right, since we
Yeah.
had some of them over there. So
So
I think
you,
recruiting moved over to the left as well. I might not have put that on here.
yeah. Well, again, these changes will be more. You'll see updates here in the next couple of weeks. So we're just making the announcement now, so you don't be surprised later on. But again, these are just what we're doing, and we're doing consolidations of the training ribbons, NCOs, gold, silver, and bronze torches, and we're doing the cadet anchor. So,
One ribbon instead of one row.
yep. So
Put them all on the same one.
yeah, it'll be less ribbons to buy. You just gotta buy the torch, which color it is, gold, silver, or bronze. So, annual awards, all levels, same ribbon. Device color determines level earned that year. All ribbons use previous respective honor ribbons, except the Cross of Honor use Cross of Valor ribbon.
And that's mainly for aesthetics, because not everything was going to show up well on a bright yellow ribbon.
Yeah.
So the other one's going to display all the devices better.
Cool. And like I mentioned before, unit commanders can now issue the Cross of Gallantry, Sword of Gallantry, Shield of Gallantry, and the Star of Gallantry. And then each awardee who wins that goes up to the brigade level for consideration of Valor Awards. But we will still need written nominations, which we will discuss later on. Yeah. Okay. Again, like I said, it says there, plan changes should be happening in January of 2022. We'll have the MFM updated by then. We'll have the SF5, everything. All the manuals should be updated. And then it says here more physical SFI awards coming, orders of merit, annual awards, medical, possibly the styles. Again, this is all happening. It's still in committee, and it should be, we got like another 3 or 4 months before everything is finalized. So everything is still being worked on.
You buried the lead, boss.
Huh?
You buried the lead. So the whole idea of this behind was that SFO, you had couldn't wear Marine ribbons, and Marines couldn't wear SFO ribbons. Now we actually have a common hierarchy. You could wear them all together. We'll be coming out with some guidance on that. We don't want everyone to have
Yeah. So the manuals will be all updated. Yeah. So
you can now mix and match your SFSO stuff and your old medical, even though they're changing their stuff all over the place. But any of them that have mil spec, you'll be able to wear in the same rack. So that was kind of one of the major goals of this thing. One of the things that the members really wanted.
All right. All right. Ed, this is your time. I'll take a short break.
Yeah. Well, as Ray and Jeremy just talked about the awards, we got some major changes coming. I know a lot of people will probably be upset, but if you think about it in the long run, it's all going to be for the better. Trust me, it's all going to be for the better. It's going to streamline things. It's going to make things nicer. I know Steve's going to be talking about it shortly, but also in regards to awards, your write-ups. I know when I was ForceCom for the week and a half that I was, we had a meeting with all the brigade OICs, and they were told, make sure you have write-ups. We've seen write-ups come in where people just say, Joe Blow is great. He deserves an award. Yeah. No. Please, no. That's all I really have for awards.
Sorry, Major. It's up to you now.
All right. There really isn't a good way to sugarcoat this, but the award nominations were lackluster. That's my sugarcoating, is they were lackluster. Out of I think the most nominations I saw in one category was 5, and of those 5, 3 or 4 were one-sentence nominations announcing that this person is nominated with no explanation as to why, or why this person should be selected above all the other eligible candidates. So the person that got selected was the person who not only got nominated, but there was statements in there stating specifically what this person did and quantifying the effect of what that person's actions were to make them stand out. So, and I got to say this, when it's a one sentence nomination, that conveys to me that this was done in a very hasty manner, that the person writing the nomination wasn't prepared, and is putting me in a position where I have to care more about the nominee than the nominator did. And things that I would recommend for nomination write-ups to improve, it's some pretty easy steps, some small steps to do over a long period of time, because I'm going to admit my memory is not so good. So I keep running logs of what I do at work so that when we do our monthly reports, boom. And if you keep a running log when you do activities, make sure you jot down who did what the impact was. Put those in your monthly reports as well, or the bi-monthly reports, so that when it comes time for award season and you're making your people stand out, you've got your notes, you've got the previous, you got about six of your MSRs to look at. You can just copy that. You should be able to just copy that right off your MSRs, put that into a nomination, and you should have a nomination that is rather competitive. State what the person did, specifically what was the impact of that person's actions specifically, and you should have a pretty good nomination. Writing that this person is the greatest thing since sliced bread and then leaving it at that doesn't tell me anything. Saying that they're the embodiment of Gene Roddenberry's vision, it doesn't tell me anything, because I can line up 10 Star Trek fans and ask them what Gene Roddenberry's vision were, and I will have 15 different answers. So those are some things that, you take notes, compile them up when you do your reports, and use your reports to generate the reward nominations, and you should have an easy time putting them together.
Thank you,
And
Steve.
that's about all I got.
Thank you, Steve. All right, Forrest.com, you ready, Jeremy?
Yeah, fire away. Yeah, I need a new logo. We'll figure that out. I'm gonna hire this guy. So the new reports have new forms. Apparently, some of you had links to the old stuff, even though we tried to disable it. Props for going around my impeccable plan there. We fixed that. Those forms are really gone. Infocom assures me they're super dead now. But the new forms, they're Google-based. They feed into Google spreadsheets. The Google spreadsheets are essentially, as far as ForceCom is concerned, our new database until the new database is ready for the Marine. We're going to have the same level of rigor applied to it as to people have to have SSTP and all that kind of stuff. It's encrypted. We're actually more secure right now than the database, and a hell of a lot more reliable. But these forms fill into that for reporting cycles. So now, say you're a new unit OIC, you have no idea what happened previously when you want to put your people in for awards, you can come ask, and your brigade commander or us at ForceCom can go get you prior reports now. Holy crap. So please go use those. If you can't get things into the form, we understand that disabilities and stuff like that exist. Access issues exist. If you can get the data to your brigade commanders have been instructed to put it into the form for you. If it doesn't exist in the form, then I don't have the data to make it go, right? So, and then I can't make all those cool promises where it's like auto getting to people. Email's always been our weakest link, and if it doesn't get to the person, then they don't act on it. We've cut that out. It still does email. You still get a copy, or at least you should, and if you're not, let me know. But email is our indicator that, cool, we got it. It's not how we do business. So all units, please use that form. Brigades are about to have we'll get them the right level of access to the forms. We're still working that out on a permission set issue, but that's the idea. And again, these forms and the spreadsheets that are behind them are the SFMC repository until Medusa is online and asks for our data. One of the reasons we did these spreadsheets is Medusa ingests spreadsheets very well. We worked this out with the data protection officer, our chief comp ops, Tony Knops. He gave us the blessing, so we're going forward and doing this. So this is where our data lives now, and we have much more control over it, and it's much more reliable to access. So next slide, please. So that's reporting. Hey, Ward, same thing. I got a new form. Please use it. In fact, this one's getting pretty cool. We're getting a little better at learning all the intricacies and weird stuff that we can do. I'm definitely going to go put spreadsheets on my resume now. We've got them feeding each other and doing cool stuff. So my awards team, which has rocked out over 180 certificates in about 5 weeks. And that's when we didn't even have a template. So templates have been built as we go. They kick ass. I love my team. We're working on a dashboard. So as you put things into your award form, it auto-populates on stuff they got to go do. No email, no nothing. I mean, you still get the emails, like I said, but that's secondary notification. The work's already going. There's no middleman to stop. They don't need me to tell them to go do this. It just shows up and it rocks out. It's awesome. Apparently, I have a habit of still trying to capitalize stuff when I'm using all caps. The brigades forms, we know that there's a backlog. One of the things that started this whole issue is we went to go put in our first round of awards into the database. It gave us a thumbs up, like, thank you. Those awards were submitted. And then I went and checked member records, and they were not there. So the database is that jacked up. That's why we're the new repository. And we will be going forward. So as you get a cert, you'll find a new thing that's on the bottom of each one. That's an official SFMC record. Keep them. That's your record. So we've got multiple layers here. You got the email, we got the spreadsheets, but we've also got as you get the awards, get them those certifications, and those certs are pretty right now. I'm really impressed with them. Props to Brian Allen for doing the base on that, and if you'd ever get back to me, I'd really like the master files so I could tweak them a little bit for other projects I have in mind. But they're gorgeous certs, and again, my team's rocking them out. That's it. Going back to piggyback a little bit on Ray's award stuff. Yeah, this is coming from the awards committee, which I happen to be the chair of, so that's kind of fortuitous. So SFMC has a lot of representation on it. Brands and Marine too. But we're trying to make sure that everybody's got everything and eliminate some of our duplication. And since we were there first doing it the best, we'll just share some of the love and go ye forth and conquer. So that's ForceCom out.
Thank you, Jeremy. All right, Mark, you're up
Hey,
next.
how you doing? Hey, one thing, everybody's been down with the COVID, and not a lot of in-person interactions are going on. So a lot of people, like Edward here, is doing a lot of fancy presentations and videos and things like that. That qualifies for the Communication Service Award. It doesn't have to be just websites and newsletters. Any kind of communication you're putting out that's promoting Star Trek or Starfleet International or the Starfleet Marine Corps, that stuff qualifies. So get it to me, get recommendations in, let me review it, and we'll try to get some Communication Service Awards issued for that stuff, because it's a lot of work everybody's doing, and to make it look seamless, a lot of them look really professional. So let's get those awards in. As Forscom mentioned, the new reporting forms and awards forms are on the website. I don't think the battalion one is quite finished yet. I don't think I have it up there yet. But yeah, he's shaking his head no. So yeah, it's not there. But that'll be up there soon. If you had links to the old site, I've disabled the forms now, so they're not going to work. So even if you get able to magically scoot through the obstacle course like on TV, you know, and get to the tower and hit the button, it's still not going to work because those reports have been disabled. So please use the new reporting form.
Yeah, I got like 10 off the old form. I was super confused.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much to get Jeremy confused, so let's not do that. Another thing I get often is I get emails that's from people that says, "Oh, I got promoted 6 months ago, and you still have my old rank on the website." If they're, you know, in the SFMCA or SFMC and they're listed on there somewhere, when you get promoted, let me know. I don't sit and go through the database every day or every week or even every month and go, oh, let me see who got promoted so I can update their ranks. So if you get promoted, you want it updated on the website, let me know. Also, if you have a vanity email address and the one that's forwarding to, you want to change it, you know, to like get a Google account or something to have that email go straight to that instead of your, you know, Verizon.com email or whatever. Again, let me know. I can do that real quickly. The old list, well, the oldest, the listservs that we still use and the vanity email forwards and everything are still on the old host. Computer Ops has been talking to me. Hopefully we'll get those changed over to the new host soon. I don't know how soon, but soon sometime. Always had a problem delivering emails to Yahoo and AOL from DreamHost. If you have an email coming from DreamHost going to either one of those domains, it immediately gets rejected as spam. So there's no way around that or anything. I mean, if you got an AOL account or a, you know, Yahoo account, get a Gmail account. I mean, I'm not telling you I'm not promoting Gmail, but it's a lot easier. I have all of my email gets pulled into Google because they have the best spam filter I have ever seen. So I can just right click and say, oh, that's spam, or oh, that's not spam. It's really easy to configure and it cleans out most everything for me. Then I don't know right now, the sfi-sfmc.org domains are still active. I don't know. It had been mentioned that maybe we would convert emails to sfmc.sfi.org since that's where the new website's hosted at, and then that's the new URL for the website. I don't know if that'll happen, if it'll happen, or when it'll happen. But if I hear any other additional information on that, I'll put it out in my state of reports that I haven't done in a couple months. So I need to put one out. Other than that, I think that's about everything I got. I'll turn it back over to you, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Looks like Shane is still running a little late. So luckily he sent me his notes. So let's do with the academy updates first, and then we'll do the student stuff here. What he wrote is they're still working on the courses. They're being placed in the QAM format, which is for Moodle. So they're working on that portion right there still. There are still plenty of open positions for directors and assistant directors in the academy for TRACOM. So if you're still interested, go to the HR website for SFI. There should be a list there, and put in for it, please. We really appreciate it. Some manuals are still being reviewed and updated to include the arms and equipment manual. I see that in the chats in the Facebook page quite often. So yeah, there is still that's going on. They're also working on the officer development courses, the infantry courses. That should be almost done. I saw some previews just yesterday. Mike Temko has been working on it, and I saw the latest updates. So that should be coming out here once it's fully approved very, very soon, the new ones. They're still working on ensuring that previous courses during the past year are updated in the database. They're trying to work on that. And then what else? They're still validating that they're inputted into the database. So, like Jeremy said before, it's the database is not the greatest, but hopefully we can do something. They can do that. All right. So TradeCom Student of the Year. It says here Mike Malott has won. And then for Team Delta, also Mike Malott. And Team Delta honorary is Christopher Boggs. Congratulations to those guys. All right. That's what we have for TradeCom so far. All right. Now, here we go. Awards time. These are the names here: Carl Andrews, Nikki Caulfield, Jane Moody, Don Roselle, James Jennings, Paul Williams, Jerry James, David Miller, Ian Struthers, Antonio DeAngelis III, Hector Gutierrez, Michael Temko, Bob Stromack, Kevin Plummer, Charles Carden, Kelly Hayes, Eric Johansson, David Ferber, Christopher Boggs, Bruce O'Brien, Aaron Grace, Robert Richard, William Hoff, Jill Rayborn, Franklin Gonzalez, Frank, Ed Wendell, and John Bryce for SFMC achievement. If you're seeing this, that is correct. This year, we are not giving out the Starfleet Cross. Per the CS, he asked that we do something for every Marine who was active during the COVID. So everyone in the SFMC during 2020 will be given the SFMC Achievement Medal. Congrats. As a thank you for going through this.
And if I could put on that, I don't have your data if you don't fill out your unit reports.
Yep.
But
so.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to generate the whole lot of certs. We'll get them.
Yeah, we'll get them out. It's going to take some time. Please be
when
patient.
I figure out the automation bit, you'll get your certs on that. But, we'll have the record. Just so you guys.
Yeah. So we'll have that. Don't worry. All right. So give us some time. All right, Ed. SFMC service commendations. Philip Morris Cox, Michael Brown, Jeremy Carson, Fleona Dystar, Patrick Devine, Paul Rezak, David Ferber, Penelope Shaman. Please forgive me if I butcher your names. English is my second language. All right. Thomas Allen Sigmason, Derek France, Ian Smith, Charles Randolph, Charles Carden, Kenneth Ayote, Bruce O'Brien, Mark Anderson, Steve Sardison, Shane Russell, Linda Olson, Edward Tunis, Brian Allen, Tom Garrison, Jake Thompson, and next. Meritorious units. These are say thank yous for this, because they did some stuff during the year. The 2018th MEU out of 12th, the 555th MSG out of the 5th, the 333rd out of the 3rd Brigade, and the 157th out of the 1st.
Can I say something on that one, boss?
What's that?
Can I say something to that one?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the last year we're doing it like this, where this is kind of like the runner-up awards. If you guys go read the manual, all you brigade commanders are supposed to be issuing Meritorious Unit Service Awards to all the performing units. And from that pot is where your Legion should come from. So, it's already in the manual. We understand that didn't quite happen this year, but that's how it should be. So, anyone who's a high performer, get them a Meritorious Unit citation, and from that collection, you select your Legion of Valor, and that one comes up to us. And that's how that game gets played in the future. So, just a heads up.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. All right, Commandant's Campaign. Some of these were already awarded. So, for the past year, Theodore Wagner II, Chris Boggs, Nicole DeWalt, Emily Freedy, Christine Higgins, Zach Kerr, Tony Higgins and Jr., Christopher Palmer, Allison Boggs, Graham Broggs, and James Harris. There we go. Cross of Honor, Ed Tunis. Sword of Honor, Kirk McRae. Shield of Honor, Wallace Cady. The 369th, the 20th Brigade, won Legion of Honor. Star of Honor, we had to give it to someone. So we handed it off to Donald Duck because he is an actual service member. Why?
Donald Duck was actually in both the Army and the Navy.
Yep.
And your guys' nominations sucked except for one.
Yeah.
There was only one nomination that was beyond one sentence, and the Sergeant Major can't very well award it to him damn self. So, Donald Duck.
Donald Duck got it. Again, thank you. Congrats to all those winners. Ed, Kirk, Wallace, if you were to read their stuff, you understand why. The 369th, wonderful, wonderful stuff they did during the past year. Even during COVID, they managed to do what they can. Congrats to all those winners. All right. Yes. That's what we're waiting for. I believe Ed, Ed, let me do something real quick before we go there. I want to share my screen real quick, if I may.
Now Shane's here.
Yeah, we're done now. Thanks.
Where were you? All right.
Peel in at the end there, man.
For those wondering, these are the new certificates that we'll be handing out this year. I wanted everybody to see. This is thanks to Brian Allen's template. These are the new certificates. I believe they're pretty nice than what we've been given before. So I want to thank Brian for his assistance in creating these. So I wanted everybody to see these.
So yeah, Brian did the whole background, all the graphics on that. My team did the organization of words and ribbon and stuff. And I think there's about 170s that are already out in the field.
So if anybody hasn't seen it, now you will. All right. So let me stop sharing. And it's now time for Q&A. If anybody has any questions, I don't want to hear it.
All right, so Robbie O'Brien's got a great one. Are the brigade commanders going to be issued with the new templates creating our certs? No. You're going to be issued with a spreadsheet. Going back for that backlog that I was talking about of we don't know what's missing. We just know that there is a bunch missing. So we're going to give you a spreadsheet for some of your bulk awards and those missing ones so that my team can go build them. And my team is like on top of it. And our next iteration of things is we're going to try and automate certificate generation and sending. That's our 1,000 meter goal. But you just tell us what you need, and it should come pretty damn quickly. And the reason behind that is if you're issuing certs, even though you're absolutely the award authority for many, many things, if we don't get into our records in our spreadsheets, when it comes time to go update Medusa in the new database, and I don't have it, then your stuff's not going to get in. And I don't want to mistreat you guys that way. So, but by the cert's gone out almost, I think the latest it's been is 2 days from the award authority says go. And that's usually because we have a period of review. Like we make sure that two sets of eyes hit everything. Not mine because my eyes are crap. So we have like people that are better at that. So.
What was were the commandant's campaigns ribbon? Oh, that was for December. They had to put it in the February report for like Toys for Tots. So they were awarded for giving out the toys and everything else, helping out. They still did some stuff then help out. So that's why they were given the Commandant's campaign. I did request them, so they were in the reports for February, December and February. Last December and this February's reports. All right. Are black beats BDU still allowed to be worn? As far as I can tell, yes. Yes.
Please don't
Jeremy.
in public. Please
What?
don't in public.
Yeah.
That's for our internal unit. Like if you've got a unit thing and you're
Yeah.
private, or if it's a summit or an IC, that's fine. If you're out
Internal.
there recruiting, don't look like the SWAT team showed up at fucking HEB.
It's that one. Yeah. Time to have a class on how to write a nomination. That might be possible. Yeah. It's like sort of like writing like a resume. Do you write one sentence for a resume? Yep. Yes. We won't know. We can't award anybody if we don't see stuff written in the reports. Okay.
So there's a pretty great question about the Valor Awards
All right. Where is that one?
from Robbie O'Brien. We can get that flashed across screen. Just make sure it's in the queue, please.
I'm trying to scroll through all the questions we've had all day.
Any more? I'm not seeing. Okay.
Absolutely, they were, but now we have other, dare I say, cheaper options that are far more Trekish. So if we're going to look like a Star Trek club, at least in public, I mean, behind the scenes, I usually wear a freaking Hawaiian T-shirt with a combat. You know, right. Well stayed, Frank. And a lot of them have a Class C variant, like, if you had the Picard, the E or whatever, that's considered a Class B uniform. If you wrap that up instead of some nice slacks and you put your cargo pants on, some boots, that's usually a Class C variant in the books anyway. So you still have that gung-ho get work done option. But I don't always want to wear polyester out and doing a whole lot either.
Here's one. Can you please list resources on awards? I don't think people are reading the SFMC website, manuals, or academy courses where the award info is already. Well, I mean, on the page it has where we can get it.
What the?
So
Okay.
we did say that there's going to be new manuals that are coming forward. If you want a course on it, we could absolutely get with Tracom and figure out how to do that. If you an award writing course, or just, I would say, we all learn things through YouTube University and stuff now, right? We can probably just do a video or something for some guidance. But if you want an actual course, then we can work with Tracom to do that.
Something to do. Yep.
Gotcha. I'm working on some.
Yes, Eric. Yes, they will.
Okay.
I already have it in a spreadsheet for. So there'll be an order of precedence. And there'll also be, a grand order of precedence, regardless of style, right? So this is like the highest award in Starfleet and all this kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm out at a pool party. The mil spec ones that we use, that hierarchy's already worked out with SFSO. So actually, good news is fleeties that are neither come January, now have some ribbons that they can wear as well, without joining either of us. But since we're super cool, you probably want to join the Marines to get all the good ones. But that hierarchy absolutely exists for all of the awards in the Marines, in our new little shuffle, and all the ones in SFSO. And if Fleet decides to add more to that for like the Orders of Merit or whatever, because they haven't decided a style yet, then we'll work those in as well. And that's kind of where we're at. Like I was saying, the ball's kind of in Brand's court right now for what Fleet side wants to do for annual awards and Orders of Merit. Do they want to do dangly drapes? Do they want to do triangles? Do they want to do, what? And I think Medical's still finalizing their design. So, but we'll have the Fleet side manual from the committee is supposed to have how to wear all of the things, but we'll have a hierarchy.
Here's a good one. I saw 2 separate slides for the SFMC Achievement Award, one for a limited number of persons and one for everybody. Yes, they are 2 separate awards. You can be nominated for the SFMC Achievement Award more than once for your duties, for what you've done. So those people will be the ones with the separate list. The limited number of people will be awarded twice listed. And then everybody will get just one listed for this year. Okay?
Juanita has a great, I hope I got that name right, has a great one. Yeah, actually, I think this one's on Mark. You were saying that it wasn't going to be that hard to rejigger that particular cluster.
Well,
I'm promising things for Mark now. I'm going to ask.
Well, once everything is finalized, I'll have to go back. I mean, basically, it's like a small application. I've changed it before in the past for the SSMC anniversary ribbon where you can add a star, and I'll have to do that again for next year for the next anniversary. So I've worked with it a little bit. I'm really not a developer or programmer or anything like that, but I can do some things. I don't even play one on TV, but I can still do some things. So yeah, I'll be redoing that. Hopefully, I'm going to look into the code and maybe the person who created it in the first place, his name's in there. And maybe if they're still around, I might reach out to them and go, "Hey, remember us? You did this nice rack ribbon builders. Hey, can you help me out with that?" So, but yeah, at some point it'll be updated for the new system once we get it all finalized.
Mecca update. Shane, I believe that one's yours.
So with Mecca, we do have one out there. I believe Chris already put that out with the updates that were requested. So that one should be out there. I'll double check with Moodle and make sure it's in there. But to my knowledge, Moodle Mecca was reopened, but I'll check on that because we had to make some internal revisions.
And Maritime Ops.
Maritime Ops, I don't have a director listed right now. I'm currently reviewing the material and updating it, but I don't actually have a director right now. But I am working on reviewing and updating the material. I do have a lot of positions out there posted on the HR website. If anybody's interested in becoming a director, you still have to fulfill the requirements for the SFA rules as far as the director orientation courses. But you can take those. But I am still expecting director and assistant directors in a lot of our positions here at Tracon. So I highly encourage anybody that's interested and even wants to help us revise and update and become a director that please go ahead and submit an application so we can review it.
Which replaced the S&P uniform of the SFMC? That one was it's called the dress black uniform, which is the tuxedo, the waiter's jacket.
Yeah, the steward's jackety bit.
Yep, that one was what replaced the S&P uniform.
Or literally anything else.
Yeah.
Are brigade commanders still permitted to run open award competitions for valor awards? Or required to use the gallantry? Why would you run an open thing if I'm telling every unit they need to give you their best? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And so it's going to be on the brigade commanders to solicit those nominations from the units. I mean, that's still how they do it, right? I mean, I don't know. If there's another way that the brigade commanders are doing things, then I'm absolutely willing to listen to it. But it didn't occur to us that there was like an open competition. I mean, there should only be one from each unit coming out, right? Why the wholesale change to award programs that been working for 35 years? This was directed by the CS. This was how do we get one of the main things was how do we get the Marines were too cool. I mean, let's break it down. The Marines were way too cool, and everyone was jealous of our mojo. So Fleeties wanted it, and we had to go make it happen. But to make it happen, we had to make sure it all plays nice and the parts interlock. And since the Marines are the first, we absolutely modeled it off of. And we didn't make a lot of changes to ours, as you might see. I mean, SFSO had a lot more changes to what they call things like all of the ribbon names stayed ours. We exchanged a couple of the ribbons themselves with them. One off of political expediency, and two, I thought they were prettier. So I think if we're gonna lose a couple, at least make it an upgrade. And a couple of them are a little bit more accessible, and will actually save the Corps a little bit of money. So this is directed by the AB and the CS. So we're making it work as best we can. The members have always wanted to be able to wear all the awards that they have. The mud flap situation's been bemoaned and mocked and whatever, so that's not an adequate solution. So we're fixing it. And yeah, I understand. Not everyone's going to love it. Cool. You're grandfathered in to wear things is exactly how you got them, and press on with life. But moving forward, this is how we're doing it. Ship level awards with respect to precedence. Since I'm on the committee, I'll talk out of turn a little bit. Bran is on board with the idea of putting down annual ship level awards, kind of like we're talking about with the gallantry. In fact, that's kind of where the gallantry came from. We were all kind of sorry, I'm sweating a lot out here, guys. We wanted to push down that ship and unit level both respectively to get people more on board with, hey, you took the time to appoint these. Let's get the appropriate nominations up to the next level, be them a region or brigade, and get people a little bit more invested in the annual award system, respectively. So that's kind of the idea. We haven't modified all the annual award stuff in that committee yet. Someone's got some bad echo. It was shit. I'll stop talking in a minute. But yeah, that's the idea, but it's not codified yet. We're working on that. Yep. Knew you weren't going to be a fan. Sorry.
We understood. Yeah. I said at the beginning, people are going to get upset.
I'm under no impression that I'm everybody's fan, but my whole philosophy is if you're not moving forward, you're dying. Static is just a slow death. We're moving on.
Yep. Where did Shane go?
Okay, we might need to go ping HR too.
Yeah. Oh, there he is again. Hey Shane, can you see this question?
Circle back 3-position SFMCA process detail. I haven't seen anybody posting or sending me anything. I can follow up with HR on that one. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Email me directly, Kyle, and we can talk about that directly.
So Sarah, the question is: if you have previous awards, you need to replace your ribbons. One, you don't. Are you permitted to use a new ribbon? Yes. Or do you have to find the previous one? No. So again, if you've earned it, wear it how you have it. If you would like to replace it with the new version, power to you. That's entirely at your option. we ask you not to wear both. That'd be weird. Like both versions of like the joint. That'd be weird. Pick one. Uh, but or whatever. You do you. I mean, this is guidance on how to have fun with the Star Trek Club, and recognize folks. We're not out to monopolize your life. I'm not going to tackle you for wearing your ribbons wrong in the hallway. That's silly. This is supposed to be recognition of your guys' efforts, and how can we best do that and keep it kind of codified to what is important and invaluable to Starfleet and Starfleet Marines. A couple of them weren't. That's why we asked them. I have a boss more brutal than I was on that one.
Oh yeah, I was.
Oh yeah, he's ruthless. But we want to make sure that it's pertinent to us, and it's got room for growth, and get some more things to the unit commanders for options on that they have right now. They have we were a one-trick pony, and that didn't seem great. Gets tackled. No. Dude, if I'm tackling someone, you had to do something pretty bad, because that's like physical activity, and I don't want to. I might have people for that, but I ain't.
No, but I will tackle you if I catch you wearing a pledge pin.
Well,
All
we
right.
have that from the Sergeant Major. All right.
Yep. Where can we see? Soon. You'll see soon.
I've actually got the spreadsheet built. So if you give me a minute, I'll share it if people want.
Juanita again.
What? I'm sorry. What? The Mark's going to work on it. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Mark. Infocom's going to work on it.
I love making more work for Infocom. That's what I live for.
He loves you. All right. I think if anybody has no more questions, guys, I think we're done for the evening.
I can do the.
Hey, Ray.
Got the spreadsheet pulled up if people want to see the hierarchy.
Okay, hold on,
If you
Shane.
Yeah, I
You
just
good?
had a comment. I've been talking to Cogs, working on the combat engineer and also maritime ops. But any directors that want to that can't put it through HR or haven't seen anything can email me at the TRACOM email address directly. Also, did I lose everybody?
Okay, hold on. There was a comment on here. Where was it now?
There was some up towards the top while we were talking. I saw something about somebody asked about the Nebula Awards. I think maybe while they were getting taken out or something. Way up at the top.
Because they have absolutely no bearing on something you did for SFMC as SFMC or even Starfleet. And that should be something that, like, your city or municipality thanks you for. We're not out there asking people to be Supermen and do all that. That's just not something that. I mean, unless you're wearing your Starfleet Marine uniform and saving people in the name of the Corps, then what's it got to do with us? I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it's a bad activity, but it's not pertinent to the organization.
All right.
And we don't want to encourage reckless behavior that's not pertinent to the organization.
Right. Well, somebody says my southern accent kind of threw them off. I guess they would not expect that. Well, what do you like me to talk like? Well, I can use several.
The combination of the training awards.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Jeremy.
The combination of the training awards, because the role is
Jeremy, were you losing you? Nope. All right, he might still be talking. Not sure. We can't. He's having difficulties. All right. What it means is instead of having three if you look at the ribbon rack, let me bring it up here. Where is the awards? You know how you have one particular. Hold on, and bring it up. It's been.
There is one somebody has posted here. They said that they did report that the MEU 131. Yeah, there it is, right there.
Okay.
I saw that one a couple of times, so I figured we should.
Well, Antonio, if it's not in the brigade report, I didn't see it. So that's something that needs to be brought up to your brigade OIC and ask why it was not there, because that's what I would look at, the brigade reports. So it needs to be if it was reported and not in the brigade report, you would need to talk to your brigade OIC and see if he missed it or not. And if it was, that's no problem.
Yeah, we can fix it.
Fix that. We can easily fix that. And concerning the training ones, as you know, there's like 3 of them: NCO development, professional development, initial marine proficiency, and initial entry training. There's 4 awards. I'm sorry. All of them are white. So you would need the white with, like, if you had all 4 of these, it will be a row of 4 white ribbons, and each would have their own attachment on it. The torch, silver, everything. What it is instead of having 4 white ribbons, you're only going to have 1 ribbon with all the torches or all the attachments on that 1 ribbon. So you'll have 4 attachments on 1 ribbon. That's what that means. So
a maximum of 4.
Explains it.
Yeah, maximum of 4. Yeah.
Yep.
It's just going to look cleaner. And since everybody's going to have the consolidation and wear all the awards together, you don't need a row of white in the middle of there somewhere when you can now add your SFSO, or if the fleet level has new ribbons coming out or whatever. Just a way to consolidate the salad there.
Yeah. Well, if anything else, going once, going twice. All right, gentlemen. Thank you for your time, ladies and gentlemen out in the internet. Thank you for joining us. This concludes the international muster. Hopefully you had registered. You were given a week to register. If you missed it, I do apologize, but we warned everybody. So just, you had time. Again, thank you. And I believe they have the closing ceremonies is at 28 minutes from now. So if you wish to join over and jump over there, they should be finishing up with their other stuff here. Anything else? We'll talk to you on the internet then. All right. Email. Remember to use your chain of command. If you have questions, they're there to help you. Any last words? Ed, Jeremy, Mark, Steve? They're all shaking their heads no. Yep, I know we've been on here too long. Thank you again for joining us. Good night, good morning, good afternoon.